Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're now with me, Muhammad Yusuf, for TVS News at 5. Let us begin with our top story. The PUJUT section of the Borneo Highway in Miri officially opens today by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob. Now, to find out on the occasion, let us cross over to our colleague, Douglas Elliott, on the field. Take it away, Douglas.
Right, thank you so much, Yusuf. I'm currently in Miri and it's a pleasant weather to be in for the opening ceremony of the PUJUT section of the Borneo Highway. Now, the event today is officiated by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, which also marks his maiden visit to Miri City. Part of Works 11 packages, it spans 15.9 kilometers connecting Miri Airport Junction to PUJUT Link Road. Now, for your information, the PUJUT section has been open to the public since March 31st, and since then it has improved peak hour of congestions in the area and cut travel time from Miri Airport to Kuala Baram. Now, for your information also, there are 7 work packages already completed out of the 11, with PUJUT section today being the latest one. Also, at an event earlier today in Putrajaya, Ismail Sabri said that the Borneo Highway is now 85% completed and it is expected to be fully completed in the first quarter of next year. Also in attendance today include Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, and Senior Works Minister, Datuk Sri Fadilah Yusof. That's all the information I have for you right now from Miri. More news, be sure to tune in to Utama and Nightline Tonight. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Douglas. Now, the Aspirasi Keluarga Malaysia Tour, AKM, recorded over 87,000 visitors by fellow Sarawakians when it made its stop in Kuching, Sarawak. Senior Minister of Works Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof said the positive support towards the program reflects how Sarawakians are united in supporting the federal government's initiative to inculcate values of the Keluarga Malaysia through various programs presented at the event.
Sebab itu jelajah aspirasi keluarga Malaysia ini mendapat sambutan begitu baik sekali dalam setiap segi. Sama ada jualan murahnya, pamerannya, business engagementnya dan macam-macam lagi lah. Termasuklah kenduri rakyat.
He said this after attending the Malaysian Family Aspiration Tour People's Celebration at Perpaduan Stadium on Sunday, which a total of 1,500 visitors enjoyed lunch with the Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob and the Premier of Sarawak Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. The AKM tour was based on the concept of togetherness and gratitude by showing the integrity of the country, tying with the educational value in one's family with the Keluarga Malaysia phrase to cut across religion and race. Sarawak AKM tour, which began last Friday, August 5th, involves 28 government agencies with various events and activities held.
Now, how much has Sarawak's power been eroded as enshrined in the Malaysia Agreement 1963? The governing coalition party, Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS, has successfully reclaimed some of its rights as of recent time. But 2 of those have yet to see the light of day, which are additional legislative powers in the 9th schedule of the Constitution of Malaysia 1957, as well as additional sources of revenue under the 10th schedule of the same constitution. State Legal Counsel Datuk Seri J.C. Fong explains on the matter further to understand just how much could Sarawak benefit from these legislative powers.
In the case of Sabah and Sarawak, we had certain degree of autonomy in regards to administrative, executive, and legislative authority, and also the power to impose certain taxes such as the state sales tax, and also we are entitled to royalty from our forests, from our minerals, and port and harbour charges for state ports, and so on. So, of course, over the years, with the changes in administration and changes in terms of civil servants administering these constitutional and administrative powers, there has been a certain erosion of those special safeguards that were assigned to the East Malaysian states at the time of the formation of Malaysia.
Complying with MA 63 is a responsibility the federal government must uphold to respect the very foundation of Malaysia. Hence, Fong is of the opinion that as long as negotiations are being held from time to time, Sarawak is in a better shape in regaining its eroded rights one step at a time.
So long as the federal government is willing to discuss these issues relating to lapses or failure to comply with certain agreed terms and conditions or safeguards in the Malaysia Agreement. So long as these fundamental principles are adhered to, the Federation will emerge stronger, more united, and we will be able to progress as a nation for the benefit of all people, including Sarawakians and Sabahans.
Although not actively involved, Datuk Sri J.C. Fong is among the key advisor behind the ongoing negotiation of MA 63 reclamation. Fong further claimed that all initiatives towards championing the MA 63 are carried out as per his advice and will continue to follow formulas that are outlined in the constitutional provisions that was passed at the time when Malaysia was first established through MA 63. The newly appointed member of Parti Pusaka Bumiputera Bersatu PBB, Datuk Willie Mongin, said that his decision to join the said party was based on the unified wishes from his constituency. Willie also said that he hoped to have unbroken support from Puncak Borneo constituency and expressed his gratitude for his acceptance to PBB.
Datuk Willie Mongin won the Puncak Borneo seat on 2018 on a PKR ticket but was booted by the party together with several other MPs in 2020 who were aligned to its then Deputy President, Datuk Seri Azmin Ali. When asked if he would defend his seat in the next general election, he said that he will leave the decision to PBB President Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. When met with reporters, he promised to give his all to build GPS and becomes the party's aspiration to the people and to increase its membership.
This is TVS News at 5. Now, the Turkish Defense Ministry issued a statement today that 4 cargo ships from Ukrainian ports has set off to restart the country's grain export. The export is being overseen by personnel of a Joint Coordination Center, JCC, in Istanbul, where the workers are of various nationalities, including Russian, Ukrainian, and Turkish, accompanied by representatives from the United Nations UN.
The JCC has authorized the departure of 5 new vessels through the Black Sea corridor. 4 vessels are headed outbound from Chornomorsk and Odessa, carrying over 161 metric tons of food, while another one is headed inbound. One of the vessels, named Glory, is carrying 66,000 tons of corn for Istanbul, while River Wind, another vessel, is carrying 44,000 of the same commodity, headed toward Iskenderun in Turkey. 2 other vessels, namely Star Helena and Mustafa Nekati, are carrying out 45 tons of food and 6,000 tons of sunflower oil. The former is headed towards China, while Italy will be receiving the cargo from Mustafa Nekati. These exports were made possible after Turkey broke a deal with the UN when the latter had warned the possible outbreaks of famine due to a halt in grain shipments from both Russia and Ukraine. Prior to the conflict, both Ukraine and Russia accounted for nearly a third of the global wheat exports.
Wrapping up the news at 5, the death toll on the Gaza Strip today has increased to 32, as reported by Palestinian Enclave's Health Ministry. It also said that by Saturday, at least 24 people have been killed and 203 suffered injuries as a result of airstrikes targeting the Gaza Strip under Israel's military operation.
On Friday, Israel Defense Force IDF launched an airstrike operation against the Palestinian movement Islamic Jihad in the Gaza Strip, killing one of its senior officers in a surprise daytime strike on a high-rise building. According to the Palestinian Health Ministry, the strike then killed 12 Palestinians, including 4 members of the Islamic Jihad and a child, while wounding at least 84 people. Islamic Jihad has not disclosed any details on how many of its members has been lost. Israel Prime Minister Yair Lapid said that his country will continue this act without hesitation to, quote, ensure the peace for its citizens.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates, both locally and internationally, just a click away by heading on to our website at www.tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. And that's all the time we have for TVS News at 5. My name is Muhammad Yusuf. Thank you for watching and have a good day ahead.